We're back. Another season. The Premier League is upon us, 25-26. As an Arsenal fan, we always seem to get our hopes up. Is it our year? We've been saying it for about 21 years now. 21 years and counting without a Premier League title. Is it finally our year this year? Old Trafford awaits. First game of the season. Manchester United versus Arsenal. One of the biggest rivalries in Premier League history. One of the biggest games in Premier League history. From Sir Alex to Arsene Wenger. From the players, Patrick Vieira and Roy Keane. Van Nistelrooy and Martin Keown. From the games, the bad times, the 8-2, 2012. The Ronaldo shushing us at Highbury. The Ronaldo in the Champions League, the free kick in the semi-finals. Also the good times. David Platt, Omri 2001, Omri 2007, Alexis Sanchez 2016, 3-0. From the fan bases, it's Manchester United, Arsenal. And what a way to kick off the Premier League season, guys. First game of the season, Old Trafford, Man United versus Arsenal. This is your match preview. Everything you guys need to know. I'm going to be with you for the whole season, giving you match previews for every single game, match reactions after every single, hopefully, win. Some, of course, defeats, watch-alongs, build-ups, fan previews as well, getting different fans on. So make sure if you're on the watch, you do subscribe. But listen, everything you need to know, match preview for the big one, Manchester United at Old Trafford. Let's get right into it. Make sure you guys leave your thoughts down below and also subscribe if you are new. Get your score. I want to know your score predictions down below as well. What's your score prediction for this game? Is it going to go Arsenal, Man United way, or is it going to be a draw? We're going to start with Old Trafford. Now, also Old Trafford is a place that I can't stand going to because we hardly do well there. It's a very, very tough place to go to. I'll give you a fact. When we do win there, and you can see where Trossard is, we beat them 2 seasons ago, we won 1-0. Aubameyang scored that penalty, we won 1-0. The last 4 games that we've actually won at Old Trafford in the Premier League has only finished 1-0 to Arsenal. When we actually have won, it's only been 1-0 at Old Trafford in the Premier League. So when we do win there, which is rare at times, if it were draws or Man United beat us, it's always a tight game, and we always win narrowly by a goal to 0. Hopefully this can change on Sunday, but don't be surprised. If we do win, which we better win, obviously, it may only be 1-0 to Arsenal, or very, very tight 2-1. In the recent games, obviously last season was a 1-1 draw. Trossard scoring when we beat them 1-0 2 seasons ago. They beat us 3-1, obviously, when we was in that title race for the first season. Anthony scored in the game. They beat us 3-2 when we wore this yellow kit as well. The season before that, obviously, Aubameyang scored that goal, scored that penalty when we wore that white kit and we won 1-0 against them. The year before that was the 1-1 draw. Under Emery, it was 2-2 draw. Under Wenger, it was the 2-1. 2017, it was the 1-1 when Giroud scored. 2016 was the 3-2 Man United when Rashford burst onto the scene. And then the rest have been when Van Persie scored that 1-0 game in 2014. I keep going on and on, but I'm not going to do that. You guys get the point. Old Trafford is a very, very tough place to go to. And it's the first game of the season, going to be fired up for it as well. The record's not good there. Now let's talk about the managers. Ruben Amorim versus Mikel Arteta. Familiar face for Ruben Amorim, and Viktor Gyökeres does return. He knows him very, very well. How's he going to plan that out? How's he going to use his system to Gyökeres' disadvantage? Maybe we'll have to wait and see what he's got up his sleeve there. But I wanted to specifically focus on Mikel Arteta against Ruben Amorim because in, I think it's 4 games, Arteta has only beat Amorim once. If you go back to when he's at Sporting Lisbon in Europa League, it was a 1-1 draw. A 2-2 draw, I think it was in the first leg, and a 1-1 in the second leg. Amorim beat Arteta. He beat us for Sporting on penalties, if you guys remember, in that Europa League game. Now, when he goes to Man United, I think one of his first games, Arteta did beat Amorim in the Premier League, the 2-0 game at the Emirates. We'll talk about that a bit later on. We scored from 2 corners. But the FA Cup game happened. Amorim knocked out Arteta in the FA Cup last season. And then the 1-1 game last season when Bruno Fernandes scored. And I think Declan Rice scored for Arsenal that game last season. They should have really won it at the end. But it's one of my concerns. Amorim seems to find a way to beat Arteta. And Arteta's really got to get it, got to get another one over Amorim, especially start of this season. As I said, the 2-0 win was, we won the game. That's what we really care about, really, is to win the game, of course. But we didn't play that well, especially in the first half. Amorim had a clear game plan, executed it really well. We found it very hard to break Manchester United down. And if it wasn't for the 2 set pieces, we would have really struggled. And we did that in the FA Cup game. We really struggled. We couldn't break them down, and they beat us. And in the Old Trafford game as well, they should have won it at the end. If you guys remember that chance, I think Raya made a fantastic save towards the end. They could have even won the game. So Amorim's got a really good record against Arteta. We need to change that on Sunday. Arteta needs to get one over him at Old Trafford. I just wanted to bring that up to make it you guys aware there as well, on Amorim versus Arteta. So Manchester United, then let's talk about them because they've made some new signings. They've made some good signings. Brian and Mbeumo, I think, is a really, really good signing. Benjamin Sesko, they've got the striker in for them. I think it's a good bit of business because where they're at as a club right now, they need to get back to the stage of competing again. I think they can rely on having a younger player. Obviously, a massive upgrade on Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee, isn't it? Benjamin Sesko, I think he can do really well for them. And Cunha as well. They've got a completely new attack. They're looking to sign Baleba as well. Maybe a new goalkeeper and some new defenders for them, maybe. But they definitely improved their attack. And something that they didn't have was last season was that ability to score goals and obviously counter attack as well. That's what they're going to have now. Even if they do sit back and play, and we'll talk about how they're going to play against Arsenal in a minute. But even if they do play similar to they did last season, if they play the whole defensive, let Arsenal have the ball and hit us on the counter attack, make it frustrating for us. They have Mbeumo on the counter attack. They have Cunha. They have Sesko. They have Bruno there as well to have some more service as well, some more options he can feed into. Last season they had Højlund. They had Joshua Zirkzee. So I think adding to their team, they're definitely strengthened. They're definitely a better team than they were last year, in my opinion, with these new signings as well. And I think that's something we've got to really look into. So this will be the big narrative: Viktor Gyökeres versus Benjamin Sesko. We've gone from Patrick Vieira, against Roy Keane. We've gone from Robert Pires. How is he going to influence the game? We've gone from obviously Ronaldo. So many legends you can name. Henry for Arsenal. So many for Man United as well. So many legends. So now Sesko versus Gyökeres. That is going to be the big narrative. Obviously, Arsenal looking at Sesko, Man United looking at Gyökeres. Now we switched it around sort of thing. Arsenal in the end got Gyökeres and Man United in the end got Sesko. So it's going to be the big narrative. I think 2 are very decent strikers. I think 2 have their strengths and weaknesses. But Saliba and Gabriel against Sesko, I think Saliba and Gabriel can really deal with Sesko. It's not me calling Sesko a bad player. I think we've got to watch out for him, but he doesn't really fear me, to be honest. I hope I'm right and I don't come back and eat my words when I say this, but I think Saliba and Gabriel have got that partnership there to really deal with Benjamin Sesko. And I expect Gyökeres to give Man United nightmares, especially against his old manager. His old manager, Amorim's going to know him really, really well. But this is going to be the big narrative here, guys, as well, is Sesko against Gyökeres. So let's talk about how Man United are going to set up against Arsenal and how we're, tactically wise and what we need to be careful of when it comes to playing against United, because this is most likely going to be their team. I don't know if any Man United fans are watching this, they want to correct me, please do in the chat and your lineup that you will go with. But this is what I've gone with, the probable lineup. I don't know what goalkeeper. They could go with Onana again, and they could go with Tom Heaton. They can go with Bayandi. I don't know who they're going to go with. It could be any goalkeeper, but whoever's going to be. Obviously, they're going to play the same back 3, same system that Amorim wants to play with them. Maybe expect players like Lenny Euro. I think it's a good player for United. They're lit, and Luke Shaw maybe in the back 3 with the fullbacks Ahmad, of course. Sorry, wing backs of Ahmad. Very, very good player. Ahmad Diallo is. We've got to watch out for him. Gave us problems last season, I remember. 2 in midfield, they may play Fernandes a bit more deeper in parts this season. I may play him a bit more attacking as well. But I think for this game, they may play him deeper alongside Ugarte or maybe Kobe Mainu. And then Dorgu may play on the wing sorry, as like a win back. And then the front three, I have gone with for them. I think they can go with Mbumo, Cunha, and Sesko. Sesko, I think, played an under 21s game, so he's gonna be ready for the game. It looks like. Um, if not, it may be Cunha down the middle and Mbeumo and Fernandez and someone else back in the midfield. Casemiro may play in the midfield for them, but this is their team and how they're going to set up tactically. Well, I expect them to probably play quite defensive, actually, because it worked last season in quite a few games. As I said, even in the Emirates game, it worked for them because that first half, until we scored the goal, sort of in the second half, wasn't it, from the set piece, we really couldn't break them down. But this time, I said they got the counter attack there. I think one area that concerns me is Arsenal's left back position. Now, Luis Skelly's phenomenal, but position-wise is what concerns me the most. Even if Calafiori there, when they're inverting, Man United with Mbeumo, Ahmad, they can get the better out of Luis Skelly. They can get the better out of Calafiori. Whoever plays on the left side, they can get the better out of them because that's what I look at as one of Arsenal's weaker sides. Doesn't mean Luis Skelly's a bad player. He's phenomenal. But just position is what concerns me. Villarreal targeted it really well with Pepe. That's what concerns me. That's an area that Man United could obviously counter-attack as well if we're not careful. Let's get into my score prediction, and I've gone with a 1-0 to Arsenal, people. For me, it's between a draw and 1-0 to Arsenal. I think I'm going to nick us to win the game. I'm going to nick us to get a clean sheet. But I'm going to go, we get the 3 points, win the first game of the season, 1-0 to the Arsenal. Viktor Gyökeres to score as well. Written in the stars, isn't it? Or it's probably written in the stars for Sesko to score, to be honest, for them as well. But I'm going to go 1-0 to Arsenal. I think we got off to a good start. Stay tuned for my video coming out very soon in the next couple of days for my lineup predictions as well. How I think Arsenal should set up against Man United. You can watch that maybe tomorrow. Depends when I'm releasing this video. It definitely be out. Look, it may already be out on the channel before this, so look out for that one. I'll be doing my lineup predictions. I'll be doing the tactic talk as well. How we're going to set up against Man United, what to expect from Arsenal tactically, and how to win the game. And also, there could be an opposition preview with a Man United fan on the channel. I'm going 1-0 to Arsenal. Leave your score down below, your thoughts going into the game, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Come on, you Gunners. Get off to a very, very good start. Please don't let us down, Arsenal. We need to get a good off, especially against Man United as well. Don't lose this game.